And welcome back. This is News Talks. Our guests this morning, Jay Groh and Pat McGrath, here to talk about a big event coming up for the Landmark Society of Greater Utica. Thank you guys for coming in.
Absolutely.
Thanks for having us.
And first of all, what is it called?
So we've got the Ritz and Ragtime Gala coming up on October 5th this year, Saturday, and looking forward. This is my favorite party of the year, not just because Patrick and I have spent the whole year planning it, but it is my favorite gala of the year.
Yeah, it's an unbelievable time to be on Rutger Park, which is our building. The Landmark Society owns it. We have Defunct. It's a horn band that really brings in the era and plays music from then, but also plays music, modern music that people just want to hear.
That's awesome.
There's a bar available for people who want to do that. There's, are we doing tours this year of the mansions?
We're going to do tours this year. It's just 3 Rutger Park Mansion it's like the most perfect environment for a Prohibition era party.
Right.
Because it's this gorgeous old mansion that people want to go see anyway.
Yeah.
Right.
So everybody gets all dressed up and swanky, and it gives you that chance to go out, buy that really hot, cool dress, and the guys get all like hotted up with their little hats and their suspenders.
Right.
And it really is a ton of fun. And like I said, the drinks are flowing. We always do a great job with the food, and we've got great caterers this year. I mean, and we also have the Little Falls Theater Company coming in this year. They get all dressed up, and they have a bunch of actors who will come in, and they'll kind of mess with you while you're going on. We've got a few surprises up our sleeves this year to kind of spice it up for 2019. But it's a pretty epic party.
I'm getting excited as we are sitting here. It's just going to be awesome.
And we do have some video from a couple of years ago when we were there. And as we check out the video, let's talk about what we're looking at. Is that the exact number 3?
That is number 3 Rutger Park. Yeah, that is the Landmark Society of Greater Utica owns 3 and 1 Rutger Park, and we use these events and gatherings to help fund the restoration and the upkeep of these mansions. They're typical early, late 1800s mansions, and they really do require a ton of upkeep. So we have to put on these fantastic events year-round in order to keep the lights on.
And I know this one is reasonable, right, Pat?
Yeah, tickets are, I believe, $25, and that gets you in the door to a just absolutely wonderful building. There's a cash bar available. Like I said, the tours, the food. It's just an unbelievable experience to know what is hiding down on Rutgers Street. Because you drive by it all the time, you don't even notice it. Just look to the right. It's absolutely amazing.
Yeah, they're set back there. There's a number of them. Why is it important to restore them and keep them?
Well, it's very, very simple. And in our area, Utica has the most amazing architectural heritage. And unfortunately, a lot of times people don't realize that once those are gone, they're gone forever. Yeah. And so Landmark Society years ago purchased these 2 mansions to save them from the wrecking ball, and we have spent the last 10 or 11 years now at this phase restoring them to the point where number 3, as you'll see if you come to the Ritz and Ragtime Gala, number 3 is fully functional on the first floor.
Right.
And it's great. We're working on the 2nd and 3rd floors, and number 1, which is this absolutely incredible Italianate villa, we're hitting it really hard, restoring it this year. We really have done a great job advancing the restoration of that as well, stabilizing it and enabling people to see this great architectural heritage that Utica had for years and years and years to come. I mean, architecture it's placemaking. It is an indication of a place's history, a place's rich, their wealth, their stories. The stories behind these mansions are intoxicating. And when people don't appreciate that.
Right. And these events that we're holding, like the Ritz and Ragtime, and if you go on our website, you can see all the events we have. They fund and help us restore these buildings to where they are, so we can have people into every bit of the buildings that we have, It's not just the first floor. We have to get everything going, the 2nd floor, the 3rd floor. At some point, the basement and the furnace and all of that. Right.
And when you think about the Landmark Society, you often think about maybe older people involved. You guys are very young.
Well, what we tend to find is that the millennial population actually, statistically, is one of the most interested generations in historic preservation. So what we've been seeing a lot with Landmark Society is a shift from, you're absolutely right, a lot of people affiliate landmarks with an older generation. But now what we're seeing is that this millennial population really is responding to that call. we want to preserve Utica's rich architectural heritage, and so does the millennial population. They love old buildings and historic buildings. They might not have necessarily the skills to restore them or the money to restore them, and that's where Landmarks comes in, is we want to help educate people about how to buy, how to renovate, what tax credits are available. It's one of our missions is educating the population of Utica and the greater Utica area about what's going on locally for architectural preservation.
And are there other buildings in Utica besides the mansions on Rutger Street that you guys are involved in?
We own 1 and 3 Rutger Park, but we will help anyone that comes to us find money, find tax credits, learn what the ins and outs are, because there really are a lot of interesting things that you have to consider when you're restoring a property that's in a scenic and historic district. And a lot of people just don't understand what those things are.
Yeah, I'd like to see Rutger Street back in its heyday, because those mansions aren't the only beautiful buildings on that street
I
there.
know. Yeah, it's just Rutger Park in its whole, and Steuben Park, and it's just wonderful architecture. And if we could bring it back to what it was one day, just imagine how nice that would look,
Beautiful. Let's put up the information for the event coming up on October 5th. Goes from 7 to 10:30.
Yep.
And tickets are $25. And again, you mentioned music by Defunct Horn. Are they
So good.
local?
Band.
They're a local band, yeah. Mike Gentile and
His
I
crew.
believe it's all his friends and his crew, and they come in and
a
they
lot
just
of them are music teachers locally.
right.
Wow.
Okay,
That's
yeah.
awesome. And where can folks get tickets?
So they can head to our Eventbrite page. They can head to our uticalandmarks.org. That's our website, and the ticket link is right up there. It's right on Eventbrite.
Any
and,
questions, just message us on Facebook. It's that easy. One of us will answer.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
2 weeks away.
2 weeks away.
We're ready.
Hopefully you'll fill that place up.
I know we will.
Beautiful. Thank you guys.
Thank you
All right,
so
thanks
much
for having
us.
us.
And stay with us.